go over here in the Noob Tales is something that I find very important. Now, when you first start off the game, you say you just downloaded it, you load up the game. I don't want people to do what I did.
And what was that?
I kill the first zombie, chomping on the guy's head. Nothing's there. Nothing drops. Get a little further up the beach. Nothing is there. Kill a few monsters. Open a few chests. Nothing is showing up. Now, nowadays they do have a little pop-up that says hold Alt and show items. Or, yeah, hold Alt to display items or something like that. They didn't have that back then. So, of course, I ran halfway through the beach killing things, saying this is the dumbest game ever. And then I called you and you told me, oh no, you just have to hit Alt. As a matter of fact, there are preferences that will show you this. So we went ahead and went through the UI and found some things that we want to explain to the new player that they should turn on, turn off, or what they do.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how come it was taking you so long to get to town.
Because you didn't tell me.
It's like, yep, we're noobs.
I'd never played a game like this before. The first option that you have here, if you pull up your UI, which is O pulls up your preferences, and you go to your UI, you'll see a few things you can check on and off. The first one is Show Corner Map. Currently it's off. Do you have this on?
Oh, yeah, I have to have the corner map. I mean, it's a randomly generated map all the time, so, like, I don't know where I'm going or where I've been without a map.
Right. And, well, before I even knew that was up, I was always hitting Tab just to display the big map. But with that corner map, it makes it a little bit easier for me.
Well, anybody that's watched my video cast knows that I hit it every once in a while because I've got a 5-button mouse and I put it on the button that's right underneath my scroll wheel that has an ability to it. So I'm hitting that and pulling up the map when I get really excited because, like, pulling up the big map is very important to me to know where I go and where I've been.
Which you can also adjust how that looks, too, the transparency of that.
Yeah, I have mine just about at a 40% so I can, like, see through it because even when you got the map up, you can still attack and be attacked. So, like, you can see what's going on.
The next one is the one that I should have known about, is always highlight. Now, when you first start, it is off. If you turn that on, everything that drops from a monster, from a chest, what have you, will show up. As soon as you turn that on, you go back in the game, boom, you will see stuff all over the ground that you never saw before.
Well, on top of that, I had it on when I first started the game and played a whole bunch of it. And then, like, somehow or other, I must have turned it off. And I noticed that when you open a chest and there's items in it, with it off, you can actually see the items explode out of the chest, and you can see the sword laying on the ground and the scroll of wisdom, and they're actually really items, not just words that pop up on your screen. They actually are graphically rendered items. These look as cool on the ground as they do in your inventory or on your tune.
Yes, because you'll see a lot of them being on the ground.
Loot pinatas.
I love it. Okay, the next thing, you'll go down in your UI, you'll see always show sockets, and that is turned off. Now, this is just a personal preference here. Whenever you load up your character, you'll see whatever armor they're wearing, it has sockets on it. Now, if you have this off, you won't see it until you, let's say, hover over the item or grab a gem to put into there, to socket in there, what color you're going for or anything like that. So you may want to turn that on when you're first starting, but it's a personal preference. You know, it's not going to hinder your gameplay, kind of like always highlight off. Filter white items. When you first load up the game, you're first starting playing, you have nothing in your stash, I would not filter the white items. What filter white items does is if you turn this on, you are only going to see blue and above colored armor, weapons, what have you, but you're not going to see any white items. But in the beginning, even later on, because like you said before, you know, you found a lot of white armor that has decent sockets, and if you can upgrade it, it might be better than what you're wearing.
I found items that have 5 linked sockets, but it might be on a white item. And the colors on the sockets could all be wrong. Well, there is chromatic orbs, which will rearrange the color of the sockets according to the random number generator. That can be, you know, throw a bunch of them at it, throw a bunch of quality enhancing orbs at it, get it a really 20% good quality, get the sockets the color you want, put an alchemy on it, boom, you've got a rare and maybe a unique, still a possibility when you use an alchemy orb that a rare or unique will pop up.
Unless you're like me and the RNG gods hate you.
Yeah, well, I've noticed that the more you play, the more often that the RNG gods play with you.
Next one is key pickup. So currently, the way it stands is you go, you see an item on the ground, you click it, you pick it up. This can get a little annoying in later levels when you are only looking for the sockets that you want, only gems that you want, currency items, things like that. You can assign a key, and the only way you're going to pick up anything is by holding down that key and then clicking. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself with a full bag, constantly running back to town, constantly having to stop. Hope you don't die while you're tossing everything onto the ground near you.
Well, I found out that here just recently, playing in a group, I really need to get used to doing that because I would have my bags full. When you're playing with a group, they're aggroing people and you're killing people and they're coming from all different directions. You're clicking here, there, and yonder and casting spells and stuff. Invariably, I'll be picking up stuff and my bags will be full of junk.
Yeah, and you don't mean to do it. You don't even realize you're doing it. It happens so fast, especially when you have so many mobs around you.
Well, yeah, you pick it up so fast, it's not going to interrupt your spell casting or any of that stuff. You don't realize it until, like, your tune says, hey, it's too much. I'm not a beast of burden, like the Templar says, or it's too much clutter, like the witch says.
If I have to hear that one more time. All right.
But she has such a sweet voice for such terrible posture.
You're never going to get off the posture thing, are you?
No.
Right, CW, maybe he'll help. Alright, the next thing is the Show Life mana levels. Now you'll see at the bottom of your screen, it's got a red orb for life, blue orb for mana. If you click this on, it'll show right above there numerical value of that. So let's say you have 250 mana, it'll show that you have 250 mana. I find it very helpful to see what I'm doing. On the life, not only will it show how much life you have, but it also underneath, it'll show how much energy shield you have. Energy shield is a certain amount you can take hits before your life starts coming down. So I find it very helpful.
Yeah, I think energy shield is more like a extra magic armor. As far as the casters go, you can't go wrong with having more energy shield. It's just it. It's just something else for the monsters to hit on that you're not going to lose life.
This way they are the loot pinata and not you. And the next one, now I haven't found a use for this. I'm thinking maybe Detonate Dead. It is corpse targeting. Why would you want to target a corpse?
I haven't figured that out yet either, but maybe we should ask in the forums. If anybody out there really knows why a person would want to target a corpse, because, like, it's really easy to shoot the corpses with arrows or anything else to, like, see if, rummage through their pockets to see if they've got anything. So I don't know why.
Or if you're exploding a corpse, you just hover over it and click the button and boom, it explodes. You're raising a zombie or what have you. Same thing.
Yep.
So anybody listening, just let us know if you have an idea of why in the world you would want to target a corpse. And the last part of it is hide global chat. Personally, right now, whenever I'm playing by myself, I have this off. When you first start up the game and you have it on, you're going to see a lot of people talking. Once you get to town, especially the first town, it'll just be scrolling across your screen like mad. And right now they have no way to shrink that box. And until they do, I would suggest maybe turning this off if you're playing by yourself. Now, if your friends, message you, you'll still be able to see it, but it's just a way to shrink that box.
Well, you can also put up your own personal channel, too. So if you're playing with friends, but your computer is a little older, a little slower, and you can't get together on one of the voice over internet protocols, Skype or Mumble or one of the others, you can chat with each other by typing. Other than that, I pretty much keep it off unless, like, I'm in town and looking for a trade.
And that's the last part of Noob Tales. Hope you guys have found this exciting or at least informative. We would do emails, however, this being our flagship episode, we don't really have any. However, I have written a little bit of something I would like to read. The name of our show title this week is A Call to Arms. Now, this is something I've thought about. This may be a bit eccentric, but I came up with this great idea. I think Poe Path of Exile is a great game, which truly needs as much attention as it can get. I know that they're not on Steam right now because it cost, from what I hear, quite a bit of money in order to get it onto Steam. They're not as out there as I think they should be. I say we go out, spread the word as far as we can. You go to these free forum signature creator sites, create your own Path of Exile signature. Get into every gaming forum you can. Paste this, talk about the game. Even the rival games out there have a certain section on their forums that say to talk about other games. Things not related to this game. Go on there, talk about the game. I say be the Jehovah's Witness of Exile. Pardon me. Have you accepted Chris Wilson? What do you think? Too much?
Too much. But like, hey.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, I will hop down off my little soapbox now. We have a contest we're going to be doing every show for a beta key. Hope everyone's still tuned in, at least more than one listener. So here it goes. Do you want to give out the question?
Sure. Before it was known as Lion's Eye Watch, what was the name of the first town you came across and which patch did the change of the name take place? It's actually two questions, okay? The previous name of the town and what patch did they change the name to Lion's Eye Watch?
And what you can do is go ahead and email us at feedback@thepocast.com. Make sure you put in the subject line contest, put your answer in the message, of course, and we will pick a winner next week. Now, before we head out of here, is there anything else you'd like to say, Grumpy?
Well, make sure if you want to see some gameplay and get some great advice for the new player, you can go to Twitch TV/Grumpiest, and I'll either be streaming previous gameplay or I'll be playing. Jump in on the chat with me. We give away beta keys at varying times. Right now, we're looking for our 300th follower. It only takes about 30 seconds to make a Twitch TV account, and then you can follow anybody you want to, and you'll get emails whenever they're coming on.
Yeah, I love it. You're always on, so my phone is always blowing up. Grumpy is just signed on.
Well, yeah, trying to get the word out there. I'm either playing or my computer's rerunning a previous show. Like I said, our show notes will have these free programs or almost free programs that we use to do all this stuff, so you can join us too.
Well, I believe that's the show, folks. You can reach us here, again, by emailing us at feedback@thepocast.com. Visit us at thepocast.com, or you can even call in our voicemail line at 206-202-2508. Send us your feedback, questions, stories, anything you'd like to be read on the air. We'll definitely go ahead and include that in our next show, which should be coming in 2 weeks from today. So until next time, I'm Don.
And I'm Grumpy.
Thanks for listening. Hey everyone, thank you for downloading, and before we started here, we just wanted to say a very special thanks to our good friend Austin Prime at austinpry.me. Without him, none of this could have been done.
And now, the Pocast, a Path of Exile podcast for the new and not so new.
And no, this is not just another damn podcast show.
Here are your hosts, Don and Grumpy.
Welcome to the Pocast, a Path of Exile podcast that has no problems with fishing in Rayclass. I'm your host, Don, and with me is my esteemed co-host, Grumpy. Say hello, Grumpy.
Hello, Grumpy.
Nice, I like that. So, how was your week, Grumpy?
Well, busier than heck, but I didn't get a lot done because, I was playing Path of Exile.
Aren't you always?
Every free moment I can. How about you?
Well, besides trying to break you away from your stream lately, pretty much busy at work and babysitting a new tune. I haven't really got a chance to play that much since QQ came out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Z myself. I know he's going to drop it on us.
Oh, definitely. I think you and just about everyone is looking forward to Z. While we're at it, I mentioned your stream there. Why don't you tell